Hello, this is Taha. So I was wondering what to talk about, and I came up with this idea that life is a purgatory. Now, this concept comes from the soul going through the process of purification through suffering in a particular realm. When we go from here, that's what we believe, that we will be in a purgatory, a place between the heavens and the earth. There's also the same concept in Dante's Inferno. Dante was an artist who made this painting where he's showing the different levels of purgatory. So the same way, I feel that we experience the horror or this trauma or suffering, this burden of being, all these things, one, because we are supposed to go through that at some level. The second is that if we do try to improve our life, we can significantly decrease that. They say that pain is inevitable, suffering is optional. So no matter what we do, the moment we are born, we cry, because suddenly we enter this world which we are not used to. From light we enter darkness, but this darkness has another kind of light, which our eyes need to become accustomed to. So it takes time to shape our reality, and that is painful, but we go through that process. It takes maybe 8 years, and then we have to go through different stages of development. And now, when you are a person like me who is in his late 30s, wondering about life, why am I here, why am I stuck, why is this happening? Because we can intellectualize things, have certain experiences, but one keeps on thinking about what is actually going on. The reason why we suffer more is because we see this as real. We see this particular world as real. We think because we are holding on to things, this consciousness or this life, we are seeing it as real. It's like if you're watching a movie, and just like you see a child when he's watching television, he tries to get inside the screen because he thinks that this is real, and when he's unable to grasp that object, he starts crying. The same way we are trying to, somewhere symbolically, we are grasping the outer, which is not there. There's nothing outside, but for us that is real, and that even though we may accept that yes, this is not real, but it takes divine intervention to be uh, you know released from that knot. So but just that, just understanding it from a very just intellectual or holistic level, just it gives us a sense of comfort that this life, this world is a purgatory. In my opinion, I feel that if we just if we realize that we are here for a certain amount of time, no matter what your role is, what your personality is, you have to go through this purification, right? And then you go to another level where there will be different laws, and there will be another kind of life, but the purification will continue. But the thing is, when you see this as a realm rather than as something concrete, it makes you feel that you realize that yes, there is a reason why I am here, that this is a place. Imagine it, like the movie Matrix, or you can call it a dream which you see it as real. Now God has programmed you to experience this world. You are seeing your soul in this form as this person, right? I am talking to you through the screen. I am in my room living with my parents. I have my room, there's a bed, there's a floor where I can sit and contemplate. I can go somewhere if I choose to. I can also go for a walk outside. Now that these are elements of my life, right? Just giving an example, that we don't think about it. This is so obvious. This is like common sense. People don't think about what they are doing, because it's so basic that people will not see that this is a projection. They are just focused on whatever their goals are, which is obvious that most people cannot afford to think. They don't have time to look in the mirror, and they also aren't ready to wake up. I mean, there are different levels of awakening. I feel I'm at the bottom, because true awakening is when you have total surrender to the one. You're totally present. You have acceptance. So we slowly go through that process, and that only happens through the through the purging we go through by experiencing life. Although we may not realize it, but this is what happens. The purpose of life is purification. uh, you know if you study Sufism, Sufi means to be clean. When like you see from your senses, you are perceiving this world, but if you are cleansed, if your soul is uh, is purified, you or the veil has been lifted, you will only see God, or your true self, whatever you wish to call it. And that is the thing. It is painful for the ego, because it's just like a child has to be thrown in the world to go through the trauma and so many things, education. You're basically being told to grow up, and then you have to live the life where you perform a role, and then that process continues if you are meant to live in, because it's interesting, everybody has their own particular time. Somebody dies in the womb, somebody will live for 10 years, somebody will live for 20, somebody lives for 35, 50, 100. So the cycle will continue. You are born again, you forget the past. Just like every night when we dream, sometimes we forget that I've had this dream before, or we are dreaming. Maybe because we are meant to experience something. If suddenly our memories are there will be a conflict. This is a very interesting thing when you think about it. So you can share your experience or what you think about this realm. So whenever I am stuck in, I always remind myself. In Urdu we call it Rihaish Khana. Rihaish Khana means a place where you can stay or reside. So I feel now, coming back to the dream part, just like this is where you are experiencing this world at a conscious level. At an unconscious level, when we are dreaming, when we go in a deep state or trance, you experience yourself somewhere else. So we are living multiple lives simultaneously, but we don't realize it. It's quite interesting. This is something that I want to explore more in the future. But for now, I will just leave it over here, that how we can learn to slow down and make our lives more simple, instead of trying to force things. Just like in Zen, Buddhism, there's this concept of effortlessness, Wu Wei. So it's a very interesting. It's ironic that you have to make an effort to become empty, or return to that effortlessness. It's sort of like making yourself sit and do nothing. So I think that's about it. Thank you for your time, and I would love to hear your feedback. Take care. Bye bye.